Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Overthinking Out Loud podcast. We're here. Honestly, not that much has happened in the past week that's worth mentioning. How have you guys been? I'm filming this on Easter. Isn't that crazy? I forget. I should probably plan better, like when these episodes come out, because then I could the week before. Excuse me. The week before, talk about Easter, because I film these a week in advance. So, film it, talk about Easter, and then it comes out on Easter weekend. You know what I mean? That would make a lot more sense. I just am not that, not, I don't, excuse me, I don't plan that well. Sorry. I had a Red Bull. Okay, so I don't know if you guys remember last episode. I had filmed the entire episode. Well, I get to be 38 minutes into the episode. I had my Red Bull sitting on my computer, and then I leaned forward to talk and be expressive, and the Red Bull fell over and spilled all over my bed. And so I was trying to prevent that from happening. So I drank my Red Bull before filming, and now I'm burping quite badly, actually. So I apologize for that. I've been taking. Okay, this is what I want to talk about today because honestly, this past week has not been that interesting. I can't afford to get a tattoo, but I asked someone to quote me for a tattoo I want to get. I want to get Ferdinand the Bull on my ankle, on the outside of my left ankle. Because I think Ferdinand the Bull is a really good kids book. It was my favorite kids book in kindergarten, and I think he's iconic. I have not watched the movie. The movie does not look that good to me, but it's about this bull who all the other bulls are want to fight, and they have all that testosterone, and they or want to get into the bullfighting, want to get in the ring, and Ferdinand is I just want to sit under my tree and smell the flowers. He's I don't want to, y'all. That's all y'all. I just want to relax. I just want to look out at the world, enjoy the outdoors, have peace. And I think that's beautiful. So I want to get him tattooed, but I was quoted $200 for a 3 to 4 inch size tattoo of him, and I think that's kind of insane. Even for this one on my arm, the cactus one, that was $180, and it's 4 inches tall and not even that wide. It's it's a cactus with a little whatever. I posted it when I got it on Instagram. I don't know if anyone that watches this saw it, but nonetheless, tattoo prices up here are actually insane. And it's crazy because this I got at a tattoo shop and it was a little overpriced. I probably would have paid, I was anticipating $150, which isn't a big difference from $180, but still that's 30 extra bucks. You know what I mean? And then for my ankle, I was okay, I think this one's gonna be about $150 too. It is okay, I'm not gonna lie, it is a little bit more detailed of a image, but I don't know, for 3 to 4 inches on your ankle, that's not very big. Whatever. And this is at a tattoo shop, and the one I was gonna get was from an independent artist who's another student here. I was oh, maybe they'll be a little cheaper. No, they in fact were not. So I will not be going to do that. I might have to just wait till I have, first of all, more money, and second off, till I go to the tattoo shop that I usually go to. I got my one on my ribs, and these two, and this one on my arm done there, and they are reasonably priced. They are not insanity. But yeah, because this one, I have one, well, it was done by an apprentice, but I have one on my ribs that's a sword, and that is it's a sword. It goes down it's a sword, and it has some flowers on it, and that was $200. And you're expecting me to pay the same price for a tattoo half the size on my ankle? I think that's crazy. But maybe I'm just being a hater. Maybe I'm just poor. Maybe I'm just not familiar with the tattoo game. I don't know. I think it's crazy when I see people with cohesive sleeves and they get it done in 1 or 2 sessions, and they're oh yeah, it was just I don't know, $800. $800. You just had $800 to drop like that? Maybe that's why I like the idea of smaller tattoos, kind of scattered. I don't like one big thing. Maybe because it's for me personally, excuse me, one big thing, it's it's you spent all that arm space on one thing. You know what I mean? I'd rather have a bunch of littler things. And then also it's cheaper. You know what I mean? If you do a bunch of little things, I'm not dropping $800 on one tattoo. I'll drop $150, $200, maybe $300. I forget how big, depending on how big it is, per tattoo. You know what I mean? And then I have more tattoos, and then that also more space to do fun things with it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I want, like, when I have enough money, I want to get a dragon tattoo on my back. But, like, I feel like back tattoos, like, there's so much you could do. Like, this is my problem with getting tattoos. Like, I want to get tattoos really bad. But part of me is, like, depending on how big it is or, like, the placement, I'm like, fuck. There's so much I could do with that placement. There's so much I could do with the shoulder. There's so much I could do with my back. There's so much I could do with, like, my hip or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just so many ideas. I do think it would be cool to get, this is kind of nerdy of me, but I don't care, a spider tattoo on my waist and with the number 6 in it, like the girl from Hunter x Hunter. I don't think I look like her. We just both have glasses and short hair, but I think she's fun and I think it's cool. And I think it's fun. I don't know. I do definitely, I don't know. I like tattoos and I want to get tattoos, not just ones that I like or that are like family ones, but I do, I don't know. Some people think it's cringe to get like anime or like tattoos from like a show, but I feel like if it's subtle enough, like if I like the tattoos where it's like if you were a regular person and you looked at the spider on my hip, you would just be like, oh, that's just like her style. But like if you've watched the show, then you'd like know, like, oh, that's from what's her face? I forget her name now. Um, or like the chains too from Kurapika, like along your forearm. You know what I mean? Like that might look like to someone who hasn't watched the show, it doesn't look like weird. You know what I mean? I would never, people who get like the anime characters, like the characters tattooed on them. Yeah, I could never do that. Yeah, I could never do that. I'm fine with like symbols from the show or like symbols representing a character. Like I want it to be subtle enough, like I said, that someone who hasn't watched the show is like, oh, what's that? You know? I don't want someone to like a character tattooed on you is a little much for me. I don't know. But anyways, so yeah, I'm not getting a tattoo anytime soon. Got a quote. Wasn't happy with the quote. I've also been taking apple cider vinegar tablets. So okay, I actually started doing this last semester, and like in September I got them, and I did notice like a slight difference. And then for whatever reason, like I stopped taking them for a little bit, and then like more recently I started taking them again. I take I'm not gonna pull them out right now, but it's like a Bragg's, I think is the brand name, and it's just apple cider vinegar like tablets. On the thing, it says the serving size is 3 tablets. That seems like a lot to me, so I've only been taking 2, but it's still like has been working for me. Because I take them before I go to bed. So it helps my digestion, like digest all my food from the day, like my dinner, maybe my lunch. And so it helps it helps with digestion and like weight management. I know that. And then I think I read here, I can pull it up. It also is like a hunger, not a hunger suppressant, but like, see, like saying like hunger or appetite suppressant makes it sound really, really bad. But like in the mornings, like I'm okay eating a lighter breakfast or having like a breakfast later in the day. You know what I mean? Because I wake up and the apple cider vinegar is like done its business. Okay, hold on. And then if you mix it with other things, it does different things. Okay, wait, is WebMD a good source? I don't know. Okay, so what I take though are the little tablets. They're little like well, they're not little. They're large pills. But that's because I hate the liquid. Oh my gosh, I had tried doing like a long time ago. I had tried doing like a spoonful of the liquid, but okay, you have to dilute it with water first of all, otherwise it's gonna fuck up your stomach and give you like make you sick. But it just tastes so bad. And the tablets, the supplements do not taste like apple cider vinegar. It smells like it. I'm telling you, if you smell it, you're gonna get the apple cider vinegar smell. But like when you put it in your mouth and swallow, excuse me, it just is like a regular supplement, like regular pill. Like it doesn't taste like apple cider vinegar because y'all know that shit is like potent in your mouth. It's crazy. Oh yeah, but like okay, so things that go through fermentation, are typically like good for your gut because it introduces like other like gut bacteria that's like good for digestion and good for like a healthy GI tract, healthy, that. So that's one thing that like, what's so funny? Okay, hold on, we're gonna come back to this, but I like am learning things in my nutrition class, and like apple cider vinegar. Not one like we're not in class talking about apple cider vinegar, but like learning about other vitamins and like fermentation and like certain things that are good for your gut or certain things your body needs to function. learning about some like not holistic, but like herbal medicine, I guess. I'm like, oh, this could be probably really beneficial. But like last night I had a dream and it was related to my nutrition class. I didn't do well on a recent test. I don't do well on very many of the tests, to be honest with you. I still have an A because of all the other assignments, but whatever. And I had a dream last night about school. And so last week I didn't do well on a test for nutrition. And then this upcoming week I have a presentation in one of my English classes. So this dream like combined like my two feelings about those, I guess. And it was me in my this English class, and it was me trying to get my computer like connected to the board so I could do my presentation. But it had a like not encryption, but it was like protected. So you had to like put in information to like connect it, I guess. I don't know. There's like I know something like it's like a BitLocker. I don't know if that's like what it was in the dream, but it was kind of like that where you have to like put in a pin to like access it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyways, so I was like putting in like information, like my teacher gave me the code. And keep in mind, the professor in real life is so sweet and she's so nice, and I really do like her. In the dream, she gave me the information, and then there was like questions, like from my nutrition test, like or nutrition related questions. And I didn't have like my notes, and I didn't like, I was unprepared. So I was like, fuck, I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm trying to connect to the smart board, and I'm in front of my whole class and I can't answer these nutrition questions. And then my English professor is seeing that I'm struggling, and she's like, you don't know how to do this? You don't know this information? Like whatever it was. I think it was like something about vitamins or whatever the fuck. She's like, you don't know this? I can't believe you don't know this. This is embarrassing for you. And then started yelling at me because I couldn't connect to the board because I couldn't answer these nutrition questions like from the test that I was struggling with. And she was yelling at me. And I got really embarrassed, and it was really sad. Which she would never yell at anyone in real life. Like, she does not seem like the type of person. Like, we've never had, like, altercations in the classroom. But I was like, I woke up so, like, not, but like, when you have a dream where you, like, get embarrassed, or, like, a dream that makes you sad, or a dream that makes you angry, and you kind of wake up with that feeling still lingering, still lingering. And then I'm like, wow, this is how I'm starting my day, is, like, in my dream, like, it's not real, but in my mind, I just got yelled at for being stupid. And now I feel stupid. Does that make sense? Anyways, back to the apple cider vinegar. Okay, that's like, okay. Apple cider vinegar supplements. Okay, well, okay, FDA doesn't regulate any supplements. If you guys take a supplement, it is not FDA regulated. The best way, I keep learning in this nutrition class that like vitamin A toxicity, vitamin C toxicity, and like because vitamins are essential to living, but they're also in high amounts toxic to your body and will kill you and will hurt you. And it's a lot of people who have like vitamin toxicity is because of supplements. So it's like, if you want to get your vitamins up, like if you need more vitamin C, don't take a supplement. Drink more fucking orange juice. You know what I mean? Like supplements, like a daily vitamin, I feel like those are not also are also not regulated by the FDA, but just a general daily supplement or a daily vitamin, I feel like is not bad. But I don't know. I keep hearing like horror stories in this class from people who like overdose on vitamin E supplements, and then like they get fucked up, and I'm like, oh my god. Anyways, vinegar is an excellent source of potassium, magnesium, calcium, and phosphorus. Interesting. The darker the vinegar, the more antioxidants remain in the liquid. Darker vinegars are generally less refined than lighter vinegars, with healthy compounds in the liquid affecting taste and color. Interesting. Okay, apple cider vinegar benefits. It may help with weight loss. One study showed that taking 1 to 2 tablespoons of ACV a day helped people following a reduced calorie diet lose a few extra pounds. But the study was small and short term, following 39 people for 12 weeks. Yeah. Didn't record what the study ate on their diets or how much they exercised. So those are other factors that probably had yeah. Okay, well, some researchers thought the vinegar's acidic acid might speed up metabolism, but the data didn't bear this out. Okay, so everything that I'm reading is speculation. Everything that I'm reading is like, there's a study, but it wasn't done very well. There was a study, but it was only done on very short people in a very short period of time, and also there's other variables that were not tracked. So it could totally be anything else that was happening, and not the apple cider vinegar, but there's a chance. Right. Oh, I have heard these other two things. It may lower cholesterol. Uh, lowered total cholesterol levels of subjects who took it, also increased their good cholesterol. That's called HDL, right? And then LDL. Or is it the other way around? I don't know. LDL is like, there's two types of cholesterol. There's LDL and HDL. I forget which one is good and bad. I already took the test on that one, so, woo, I don't remember no more. I am considering getting a minor in nutrition, and I think I should probably memorize this stuff if I actually care and I actually want to get a minor in that. Anyways. Uh, so yeah, it may lower cholesterol, it may help with weight loss, it may lower blood sugar, which I have heard. Um, taking a tablespoon or two can lower your blood sugar after meals. You know what also helps your blood sugar after meals is if you walk for 10 minutes, which on campus, like at school, you kind of like do anyway. Because like where my dorm is situated, at least, like it's a 10-minute walk to go get food on South Campus and about 15-minute walk to get food on North Campus. So it's like either way, I'm walking to and from. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not like testing my blood sugar often enough to like notice a difference, but I've heard that does help with blood sugar and like digestion, you know? I don't know. Uh let's see what else. What else? Okay, well this does work for belly fat? In the weight loss study also decreased their visceral adiposity index. I don't know what that means. Surrounds the organs in your belly area is thought to be especially risky for health, but the study's small size of other flaws mean it doesn't prove that ACV is effective in fighting belly fat. Well, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Okay, sorry, but like people are taking. Okay, I'm all for like holistic and like herbal wellness, you know what I mean? But like mix it with like actual medicine or like actual. Well, I'm not saying like don't take Ozempic. Don't be doing like GLP-1s. But like listen to a real doctor. Like you can't be taking apple cider vinegar and expecting to get skinny right away. Like girl, you got to like work out. You got to eat healthy. You know? I have noticed. Here's the thing. On the weekends, I eat like shit because here's what I did. Unfortunately, Little Caesars had a really good deal on Friday night where it was $9.99 for the slices and sticks, which is 4 slices of pepperoni pizza and some cheesy breadsticks and crazy bread. Sometimes I get sick of the food on campus because there's only like 4 things that are open on the weekends. Okay, for $9.99 for all that food, hey, I bought it. Hey, so I've been eating Little Caesars all weekend. Okay, I did buy fruit. I have been eating apples, and then I bought this. I don't know what it's called. I think it's called like Natural Pearl. I don't know what the fuck it's called, but it's like strawberry banana. It's like healthy Dippin' Dots. That's like the best way to explain it. But anyways, so it's like obviously I'm gonna feel bloated and kind of gross after eating pizza. Like I'm not saying I'm gonna feel great, but like taking apple cider vinegar, might help regulate me a little bit, you know. But I'm not like whatever. That kind of pissed me off. I'm eating pizza, so I know I'm gonna be like feeling kind of bloated and gross. So I'm eating fruits to try to cancel that out. That's how that works, right? Probably not, but makes me feel better about myself. Other uses for apple cider vinegar. Lower blood pressure, we already said that. Ease acid reflux. Oh, ACV is a remedy for heartburn and acid reflux, but there's no research to prove. Okay, whatever. Start with small amounts in diluted water. Yes. Provide eczema relief. Some studies reported that it had little effect and irritated some people's skin. Right. Are people just making shit up? Like, there's no studies that prove this, but they're like taking apple cider vinegar and their eczema clears up a little bit. There's a difference between causation and correlation, right? If you start taking apple cider vinegar at the same time you try a new lotion, it's probably the lotion. You know what I mean? I don't know. Whatever. Kill germs. Along with, oh, I have heard this. Some evidence that ACV, along with lemon juice, can kill bacteria like salmonella from growing on salad greens. I have seen people use vinegar, maybe not apple cider vinegar, but vinegar and lemon juice to like clean their fruits and vegetables and all that. Oh, improve hair health. Some people use it in hair to rinse and ease dandruff or remove product buildup. There is no proof it works for these things, right? But it does contain things that fight bacteria and fungi, which can promote hair health. Okay, gotcha. I've never tried that, and I don't really plan on it because that has to smell like shit. I don't know. There's like, oh, what the fuck is all this? You can take a bath with it? Soak for 15 to 20 minutes. Rinse your body well with cold water. What? Okay. Well, no more of that. I'm kind of over that. But yeah, it has benefits for. There is like some benefits. You know what I mean? What's this other one? 6 health benefits backed by science. Are we sure about that? Are we sure about that? Sorry, we're like going on a huge tangent about apple cider vinegar, but like I feel like nowadays I see so many people like doing tummy teas and like buying like powders and like not I don't know, like people putting like stuff in their drinks and all that to like lose weight. And I like apple cider. I don't like apple cider vinegar, but I like things like that or like things like ginger as well. I just like those more personally because I do ginger shots. Well, I do on camera, and then I take those not every day, but if there's a day I wake up feeling a little groggy, or like I need a little pick me up, do a little ginger shot. What can you do? I do love those. It's just so expensive to ginger shots, and like it's not holistic because holistic is like a different kind. What's the word when you like only take herbal medicines? Like you don't like the doctors. There's a word for that, and I just don't know what it is. Is it holistic? Because in my mind, holistic, I'm thinking like going to like what's that doctor where you like get needles in you? The puncture therapy. I don't fucking know what that's called. I would never do that. Or people like do stuff like that. I don't know. Just scrolling through and seeing if there's anything. I have seen may improve heart health. Vinegar can possibly. Many studies on apple cider vinegar's benefits were conducted on animals, which may not reflect benefits on humans. Right. Okay. So, okay, not a lot of evidence on a lot of these topics, but it may or may not improve skin health if you have eczema. If you take like a bath with it, I don't know. Weight loss, digestion, those kind of go hand in hand. Blood sugar and cholesterol levels. But I don't know. Oh, and also kill bacteria. Okay, wait, that confuses me a little bit because it like kills bacteria, but also like provides good bacteria to your gut. That's a lot happening right now. Okay, hold on. We need to move on from this. I want to know actually. Okay, because there's like other spices and stuff like that that are like good for you, like ginger shots. Like I like. Okay, let's do ginger shots benefits. What does it really do? Because I know it's supposed to help with like your immune system, right? Ginger for women. Is there a difference for women or for men? Ginger shot benefits. 11 possible health benefits for ginger shots. Uh, Gingerol contains gingerol, which is a potent medical properties. What does that mean, though? Anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects may help reduce oxidative stress, which results from having too many free radicals in the body. See, I have learned about free radicals. I don't fucking know what those mean. They're in my notes somewhere. I literally don't know what that means. I thankfully there was not many questions about them on that test because holy shit, I don't know what a free radical is. I know it's like it's a thing in your body that like is very unstable, but it can kill cancerous cells, but it also can kill good cells. I don't know. Whatever. Can treat nausea. I have heard that. Oh, maybe effective against. Oh, you can do in pregnancy? Sorry. There's so many things that you can't do when you're pregnant. So like taking ginger shots while you're pregnant to prevent nausea and morning sickness is kind of good to know. May undergoing certain types of surgery may reduce chemotherapy related nausea. What is there's no study linked to that, but okay. Show me the study. May help with weight loss. Okay. Uh Ginger supplementation significantly reduced body weight from the waist hip ratio. In the in only that area? That's kind of weird. Ginger's ability to influence weight loss may be due to certain mechanisms such as its potential to reduce inflammation. Okay. May help with osteoarthritis. Okay, so osteoarthritis is the degeneration of the joints, not to be confused with osteoporosis. Leading to symptoms. Okay, where Yeah, however, more research that see like this website is just saying like put it in a list and saying like, oh, what this is and it's supposed to help. It may help reduce the pain, and then there's no link to like the study or they don't like explain further. Where are you getting this information? May lower blood sugar, can support digestive health. Uh, in a 2024 review, ginger can support digestive health with people. Oh, in people with irritable bowel syndrome and inflammatory bowel disease. Right, promoting relieving GI discomfort, stimulating digestive juices. Also suggests that 2,000 milligrams of ginger daily could help reduce inflammation, manage just I don't know what that word means. Indigestion, protect against colorectal cancer, colorectal cancer, prevent ulceration in the digestive tract, may reduce menstrual pain. Bitch, I've never experienced that. What are we talking about? May reduce menstrual pain. I don't. I don't think that's true. May lower cholesterol levels. May help cancer risk. See, I don't know. Okay, I like ginger shots when I'm sick. It helps my throat and it helps my stomach. Those I can get behind. When we're talking about cancer, when we're talking about may improve brain function against Alzheimer's disease. What are we talking about? Some 2022 research suggests that 6-Chagall and 6-Gingerol compounds in ginger may help prevent degenerative conditions such as Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, and multiple somethings. I don't know. I can't fucking read that. Oxidative stress and chronic inflammation may be key drivers of Alzheimer's disease and age-related cognitive decline. Ginger may help protect against these, the more research is necessary. See, them adding the more research is necessary, and it's like maybe the key to these things, like so they don't get sued. Can help fight infections. See, that I do believe. That I do believe, because taking ginger shots like when you're sick is good. It helps me at least, personally. Okay, yeah, some of these I don't trust. Oh yeah, okay, so in large doses, it can cause abdominal discomfort, heartburn, diarrhea, mouth and throat irritation. Ginger may not be safe during pregnancy. Okay, so a couple slides ago, y'all were saying take it during pregnancy to prevent nausea. Nausea. Okay, so I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're like really contradicting themselves over there. I don't know. Some of it I think I like some of this like herbal medicine and the herbal like things like that, remedies, some might say. However, I do see real doctors. I do take birth control. You know, like there's gotta be a balance. You know, I'm not just taking ginger shots and drinking tea to get better when I'm sick. I'm also taking Dayquil, right? I don't know. Guys, please see doctors. Please don't go Googling this shit and then make a ginger, cinnamon, pepper, lavender probiotic tea and then get shocked when you start throwing up. You know? I've never heard of menstrual pain relief. I've literally never heard that for ginger. Acts as muscle relaxants? What the fuck are. Okay, I need to close that tab. We're done with that. I'm so confused. Like, what? Maybe I'm being a hater. Maybe this is making me look bad, but listen, I love ginger shots. I love my apple cider vinegar. It has made me feel a little bit better in my life. But sorry, my nose is runny, but you know when your nose is runny, but like it's in the back of your throat and you can feel like mucus like dripping. Is that just a me thing? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like when you have like the mucus like in the back of your nostrils and then like you can feel it in your throat. You know? I don't know. I want to know. Oh my gosh. Okay, first before I want to learn the origins of Easter because me and my mom were briefly talking about it yesterday, and I think I was looking it up yesterday too on my own time. But I want to know more about that. But before we get into that, why when I opened Fortnite yesterday? Yes, I played some Fortnite yesterday. Okay, sue me. I saw Tung 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 Sahur and Ballerina Cappuccina in the item shop. What is that about? I think Fortnite needs to. Okay, here's the thing. I only play OG Zero build because I don't like building and you shoot at one person one time, and then they build an entire fucking castle. And it's like, okay, well, now I can't. Now we're not fighting. We're just having a build off. What is this, build battle in Minecraft? Like, get your shit together. Come fight me. Square up. Second off, the loot and the map in OG is way better. I played like recent Fortnite the other day, and there's like rivals now. Like you can set up a rivalry with someone, and whoever wins gets like more points. And then like I don't know, it confuses me. I feel like such a boomer talking about Fortnite in particular because it really is like it changed so much since when I was playing it back in the day, back in the OG days, and it makes me feel old. It just makes me. I'm like, oh, stuck in my old ways. But yeah, brain rot in the Fortnite item shop is kind of crazy, in my in my opinion. Just had to bring that up and alert the masses about that one. I'm so excited for the movies coming out this year. I'm seeing The Drama tomorrow with Zendaya and Robert Pattinson with my friends. I'm so excited. You know what sucks though? I wanted to get tickets online, and I wanted to use like a discount, and you can't use a discount online. You have to go in person. So I guess tomorrow we're just gonna go in person. Like order our tickets in person at the booth, which is kind of sucks. Also, movie tickets are so fucking expensive nowadays. They're so expensive. Gosh. For like 3 people to go to the movies, it's almost $50. Not like in total, like not per person, but $50 for 3 friends to go to the movies? Bro, what the frick? That's fucking stupid. I don't like that. But yeah, seeing The Drama tomorrow, I am very excited. I feel like I've seen this movie everywhere on my page, like so many ads for it. And I was like asking around to see who wanted to go see it, and no one had heard of it. Like there's like 2 people that had heard of it, but I was like, what do you mean you don't know what this is? I feel like this is everywhere. What do you mean? So yeah, Drama is tomorrow. I'm also excited for the movie Michael, about Michael Jackson. I know he was a little problematic at some points. I don't know what. I know like the allegations, but I am still excited to see the movie. Hey, what can he do? And then Avatar, the Avatar Last Airbender movie where the gang is all adults. I'm excited for that one. I'm so excited for that one. I don't know what day does that come out? Because I know it comes out this year, but it also has me a little scared because the original like people that made the show um like left the production of the movie. Hold on. Avatar Last Airbender movie 1999. October 9th. Fuck. Exclusively on Paramount Plus, skipping theatrical release. Guys, what? I don't have Paramount Plus. God damn it, I'm gonna see so many fucking spoilers. I'm gonna be so mad. Usually I'm okay with spoilers, but for this movie I wanna enjoy it. Originally planned for theaters, the film was shifted to streaming, signaling the change of strategy for the franchise. Hey, so you're stupid. Hey, why would you do that? What the freak? I don't like that. Okay, well, whatever. And then Spider-Man Brand New Day is coming out as well. I'm so excited for that. I can't wait to cry in that movie theater to that one. I'm also seeing The Backrooms with my brother next month. I hope it's good. I actually was trying to tell my brother to watch Creep because my boyfriend and I watched that movie, and this actor who played the murderer in Creep is the same. He's in The Backrooms too. He's on the cast list. So I'm like, oh, I'm more excited now. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be creepy. This is gonna be eerie. Because I forget the actor's name, but he has like that look about him. Like he looks insane. So I'm excited for that. Supergirl. Did it come out? Has Supergirl come out already? I don't remember. I didn't see a lot of advertisements for Supergirl. At least I haven't yet. If it hasn't come out yet, I've seen like 2 trailers or like 2 little like snippets. But I do want to watch that. That does look very good. And then obviously the Hunger Games movie coming out at the end of the year. I haven't read all of the books. I wish I would. I probably could read the book, the Songbirds and Snakes book before the movie comes out if I wanted to. But I don't know. We'll see. Honestly, I've been in a little bit of a reading funk. I've been reading. Okay, here's the problem actually. I have my 2 books that I was reading, and then I started reading Song of the Huntress, like, again, like, reading where I left off, trying to catch up, like, finish it soon again. But I don't know, I just keep getting distracted. You know, like, sometimes when you're reading a book, sometimes reading, like, I just get, like, my mind is constantly thinking about other things and I can't, like, lock in on the book. You know what I mean? And also at the same time, I have been reading a lot of fan fiction. Unfortunately, that has been dominating my reading time is fan fiction. Sorry about it. It's just sometimes it's like that, okay? But it's only like here's the thing. During the day, it's like this is so bad to say because I know I've already talked about fan fiction on this podcast, but like fan fiction is such a guilty pleasure that I only read it like at night before I go to bed. Like I can't read fan fiction during the day. It makes me feel gross. Like I feel exposed. Even though there's no one here, I just feel like, oh, this feels forbidden to read it during the day. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so I'm excited. The movies coming out this year look amazing. I'm so excited to go see them. Probably, well, Avatar: The Last Airbender movie. I'm not fucking seeing in theaters, obviously, because it only comes out on Paramount Plus. Right. Some of these, though, see, if the movies weren't so expensive, I want to go see them in the movies. Like, it depends on the movie, but there are certain movies that I will only see in theaters. Like not the Avatar: The Last Airbender, but Avatar: The Blue People one with Jake Sully. Those I see in theaters because I feel like you can't get the same experience at home. And also, like, those movies take so much money to produce and like make that it's kind of more worth it to me to know that my money at the ticket booth is going kind of towards the movies or the my numbers are going towards the movies. You know what I mean? Even though the most recent one, spoiler alert, it came out in December, so if you haven't watched it, sorry, but spoiler alert. I hate that they let quad old man, whatever the fuck his name is, live. They had so many opportunities to just fucking kill him. What they should have done is they should have killed him and then made Varang the new like main antagonist for the next two movies. You know what I mean? That's what I think they should have done. But you know, I'm not in that writer's room. Anyways, so yeah, movies are getting too expensive now, unfortunately. But I am excited to see those. I think I do want to see the Hunger Games in theaters. I'm seeing the drama in theaters. Spider-Man I want to see in theaters. Michael and Supergirl I'm okay watching at home. I did watch I want to rewatch the new the that Spider not Spider-Man, Superman movie cuz that movie was so good. That movie was so good. That movie was so good. I'm not into like Marvel or DC. Like I'm only into Spider-Man. Like I only watch the Spider-Man movies. I've never been into any of the other characters. Someone's car is going off. You guys can't hear it, but someone's car is beeping. But oh my gosh. Superman movie was so good. And I've never watched any of the other ones. I was watching it because I went and saw it only really because so many people were talking about it. And I was like, okay, well now I want to like now I'm getting FOMO. Now I want to go see it. And it was so good. And now like seeing the ads for Supergirl, it still looks really good. It looks really, really good. So maybe I should see that in theaters. I don't know. I don't know. Because like if I spent movie ticket money on all the movies I wanted to see this year, I'd be spending like $200 on movie tickets. Right, right. Okay, moving on. We're gonna do Easter. What is Easter about? Because I know. Okay, this is gonna get like a lot of people. This is gonna get controversial here. Easter. Easter. What am I googling? Easter origin. Easter origin. That's the word I'm looking for. Because I know a lot of Christian holidays come from like pagan traditions that the like was kind of just taken over. You know what I mean? And altered to fit for Jesus. Okay, hold on. Let's get into this because I know there's like a woman goddess that Easter kind of like. Hold on, Britannica. I believe Britannica. I feel like Britannica has good info, right? Okay. This is just explaining Easter. I know what Easter is. The resurrection of Jesus Christ on the third day after his crucifixion. Yes, I'm familiar. Right. Biblical. Okay, this is all Bible. I know what the Bible Jesus Christian is. Okay, history for atheists. I did not know this was a website. History for atheists. Okay, awesome. Um, Oh, this is a different story. Okay, hold on. This is a different one. I'm gonna pull up both. There's two very similar stories that I'm looking at right now. Sorry, I wish I could share my screen with you. Easter origin, because hold the phone. Where's okay? Let's start with the one that I'm familiar with. I'm familiar with Hold on. Where is the source? I was looking at it earlier. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. So the one that I'm kind of familiar with is that comes from German origins, right, in the 19th century. And German for like okay, hold on. Let me like actually read it instead of just like bullshitting out of my face. Okay, so the word for Easter in German, Ostern, comes from Old High German, was Ostara. Which I've heard of Ostara, and Ostara is assumed to be the name of a German goddess who let me see. Who was so during this time Ostara, and I think there's another in a different culture, there's another goddess named Astore. Astray? Astore? I don't know, it's something like that. And it's a woman goddess who is like the goddess of fertility and spring and all that stuff. And that's like this is like the spring equinox, you know what I mean? We were transitioning to springtime. So they would celebrate the goddesses. In German, it's Ostara assumed to be, and in other I forget the other culture. I wish I could find where I read this. Because I did read it from a website. I did not watch it on TikTok. But so they would celebrate her and they would do a festival for spring, and then eventually that got taken over and turned into the not okay, this might get me canceled, but it is assumed that these festivals from other countries and other religions celebrating a goddess, fertility, spring, sex, birth, all that, was kind of rewritten to be the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Now, how true that is, I couldn't tell you. I was not there. This story. There's a story. I want to find the story that I read because it was on this website. I have the same website pulled up that I was looking at yesterday. Assertions that Easter is pagan or that Christians have appropriated a goddess holiday are untenable. What? Yeah, Easter does have pagan origins. Why are we suspecting that? Same thing with what is it? Like Christmas. I think Christmas trees come from a pagan thing, right? Hey, don't deny it. Hey, you guys can't deny it. There's a lot of overlap here. What's the where's I want to see. Oh wait, Astore. Okay, the pagan goddess is Astore, and the German goddess is Ostara. Sorry, I'm trying to like make sense of this stuff in like an easy way. Where's this? There's a story I saw about Ostara, and I don't remember if I like was delusional about it or not. Wait, what? Okay, this is a weird text. They're like questioning if Easter. First of all, they're questioning if Easter is pagan or. Wait, what? If our focus is on Christ, our children can be taught to understand that the eggs are just a fun game. Okay, this sounds like it was written by like a Christian Karen lady who's like in denial about like other origins of Easter. Where the fuck did I read that one? Wait, which is Ostara? Which is what? Oh, okay. Let's read the other one because okay, so I can't find where I read it now. That was like 3 minutes of me just wasting your guys' time. I can't find it now, but I read somewhere. I don't know if it was the pagan goddess Eostore, or the German goddess in the 19th century, Ostara, but there was a story I read about a goddess who It was like winter, transitioning from winter to spring, and this bird froze to death and like Loki like died, you know, because of the harsh winters. What this goddess did is she like brought the bird back to life as a hare or as a bunny rabbit, which like signifies like transition of spring, but let the bunny or hare still have the ability to have eggs, which kind of like I guess like puts together like the Easter bunny and like hiding the eggs, but that could totally be made up. That could totally, again, can't find the source now. I thought I read it yesterday and I thought I found the source, can't find it anymore. But I did read that from someone once upon a time eventually. Okay, but on this website, History for Atheists, they have a different story. This is something new to me. Okay, let's see. History, blah, 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 blah. Okay, hold on. There's like so much. Okay, can we just get to the fucking point? There's like so many pictures here. Ishtar and Easter. What is Ishtar? Ishtar or Estar. What is. Hold the fucking phone. What are we talking about? Ishtar or Easter was originally the celebration of Ishtar, the Assyrian and Babylonian goddess of fertility and sex. Her symbols, like the egg and the bunny, were and still are fertility and sex symbols. After Constantine decided to Christianize the empire, Easter was changed to represent Jesus, but at its roots, Easter is all about celebrating fertility and sex. Okay, so it's a similar story, just with a different religion. Maybe this is what I was talking. I don't know. Okay. I'm not. There are like so many pictures in here that are like just like not propaganda, but it's like those atheists who are like really atheists and they like low-key like bully Christians for like believing in this stuff. That's what I'm seeing right now, which I don't know how to feel about that. Okay, hold on. What else is in here? What else is fact checking? Wait, what? Easter? Yes, we've read that. Istar was the Akkadian counterpart to the Sumerian goddess Inanna, and came to be identified with the Semitic goddess Astarte. Inanna had some associations with fertility. She was associated with the date palm and with wool, meat, and grain. But she was primarily the goddess of kingship, war, sexuality, and the planet Venus. There is some evidence that the later Istar cult involved sacred prostitution. Oh. Though this is disputed since it comes from a very late account by Herodotus. What is happening? Wait, the connection? Okay, hold on. What? I don't know. I'm not understanding what's happening. Oh, okay. Now we're talking. Okay. Sorry, I've scrolled down. I'm confused. But now we're talking about. Okay, so the Jewish Passover is at the same time as Easter, right? Right? Am I mistaken in thinking that? And now we're talking about. Wait, what? Okay, you know what? Now I'm confused and I'm kind of lost. What? 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 Okay, I'm familiar with Ostre and Ostara, the pagan or Anglo-Saxon goddesses, right? For fertility, new life, and rebirth. Right. Christian origins. Okay. Passover connection. Yeah. The resurrection took place during the Jewish festival of Passover. Okay, that's what I thought. Right. Okay, yes. Where is this? I did read it. I did read it. I did read it somewhere. Hold on. It's come up. My weird story. My weird story. My weird story of the bunny giving birth to eggs. Where's it at? Where is it at? Okay, here we go. Found it eventually. I found it. Originally known as the spring equinox, the word Easter parallels the Germanic word Ostern, which is derived from Ostre or Ostara, the Anglo-Saxon goddess of spring. In Germanic stories, Ostara is believed to have been responsible for bringing about spring each year. There are many different tales connecting this fertility goddess to Easter, with one story telling of how a hare king fell in love with her. Okay. And another, this is one I was talking about, explaining how one year she found a dying bird in the snow. To save it, Ostara brought the bird back to life with as a white hare. However, to honor the bird's original form, Ostara gave the hare the power to lay eggs once a year. She then allowed the hare to gift away its eggs to those worshipping and feasting in her honor. I'm not crazy, I did read that. But this is from Chadoet T. Chado T. I don't know how true these. Again, these are all random ass sources. This is not like .org or .edu. But you know, yes, okay. 3 AD, Resurrection Day. This is the Christian. In the Christian faith, Easter revolves around the story of Jesus and his resurrection. When he and his 12 disciples traveled to Jerusalem to celebrate Passover, it is said that he was turned over to Roman authorities and sentenced to death. The Romans then crucified him. According to Christian faith, he was entombed in a cave before resurrecting 3 days later, on the day that would be Easter Sunday. As Christianity was spread, the ancient roots of Easter were assimilated into the church named Resurrection Day. Yes. Yes, that is the Christian one. Oh, what's this one now? Constantine is now again coming up. Wait. Oh, this is okay. Hold on. 13th, 18th, and 19th century. Sorry, we're getting so. I'm just reading you guys information. I don't. This is probably really boring, but it's so interesting to me because there's so many different stories, and I wasn't there, so I don't know what's true or what's not. Nowadays, eggs are a massive part of Easter. Although the 13th century eggs were one of the forbidden foods during Lent, the 40-day fasting period, eggs were boiled for preservation and then consumed on Easter Sunday at the end of Lent. Although Easter is now a massive holiday in America, the early Puritan settlers originally dismissed it as a pagan holiday. See, that's what I'm saying. Sorry. And the founding Puritans did not begin to celebrate it until after the Civil War. That's like fairly recent history. That's crazy. As time moved onward, Easter eggs began to take shape in the 18th century as German immigrants brought their tradition of the Osterhase, a bunny who brings brightly colored eggs to obedient children and lays them in nests. Right. I'm assuming that's related to Ostara, the goddess lady. The shape of the eggs is also believed to be associated with the shape of the stone that sealed Jesus' tomb. What? However, before that, historians had found decorated ostrich eggs, estimated to be up to 5,000 years old, in the tombs of ancient Samaritans and Egyptians. Okay, that goes back to the other thingy that we were talking about. In the early 19th century, Easter egg hunts began to spike in popularity, and Russian nobility started to exchange ornately decorated eggs painted with gold leaf. At the same time, chocolates became part of the celebration in Europe. That is very fascinating to me. Very interesting. Okay. I'm not religious, and I don't know if I what I believe in, but all of those sounds very interesting. That's crazy. What is this Hare King story? Sorry, we're not done here. I thought we were gonna be done, but we're not. Easter, wait, Ostara, wait, it's not Eostre? Hare King story. I want to know what that's about. I know it's not as common of a story, like they explain that, but I want to know. Ostara and the white hare. What is this? What is this about? Okay, I can't read that font. Hey, I can't read that. When the font is 11 point and it's smushed, like literally smushed together like that, I can't read it. Can't read that. Yeah, what is this about? What is this about? What is this about? What are we talking about? Ostara herself is a shadowy figure in Germanic folklore. Her story begins with Eostre, an early medieval English goddess who is not documented from pagan sources at all, and turns up only one early Christian source, writings of the English churchman Bede. Bede may have been right that there was such a goddess, or he may have been spreading. Okay. Can we get to the point? Jacob Grimm, the brilliant linguist and folklorist, is one of the many scholars who took Bede at his word. And he proposed that Aostre must have been a local version of a more widespread Germanic goddess, whom he named Ostara. It is impossible to tell if Ostara as a goddess ever existed outside of Grimm's proposal. As for Aostre, there is no evidence of her worship except in Bede's book, and possibly in place names. There's no. Okay. Wait, I want to know about the story of the Hair King. What's the details with that? What are we talking about? What? 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 Hmm. Okay. That actually isn't telling me anything. They're okay. They're like not explaining that. Whatever. Okay. But yeah, that's in case if you could follow all of that, those are some of the if you could follow the 17 different tangents I just went on. That's some of the history of Easter, I guess. I don't know. It's interesting to see like because it is kind of true that it seems like that Christian holidays are very inspired by pagan holidays and pagan rituals because I think Christmas, if I'm not mistaken, is like the winter equinox. I feel like equinox isn't the right word. I know like spring equinox or like winter solstice. Yes, that's the word. So it's like inspired by that, and then Christmas already passed, but like I want to look it up. I'll look it up later. Whatever. Um, or like Halloween too. I think it has pagan essences in it. I don't know. What's like a fall? Because we have because so there's like summer solstice, fall or autumn. Because like seasonally, you know what I mean. There's like the seasonal equinox celebration solstice thingies from like festivals. So it's like, what's our summer holiday? What do we celebrate in summer? What do Christians celebrate in summertime? I don't know. Or like fall, would that be Halloween? Because Halloween, I don't know harvest schedules, but I feel like you harvest things in October as well as November, or maybe it's just November. But I feel like that fall is like harvest time, and then December, Christmas would be like winter solstice, winter festivals. You know what I mean? And then obviously Easter and like April, May times is like springtime festivals and celebrations in religions, right? But there's no summer one. There's no summer. Is there summer? Am I like an idiot? Is there something I'm forgetting? Am I forgetting something? Wait, summer. Summer. Let's look up summer pagan holidays. I'm interested to know. Major summer pagan holidays or Sabbats are celebrated the sun's peak energy and the start of the harvest season, primarily focusing on Litha and Lughasad. I can't read that, unfortunately. These festivals honor abundance, fertility, and nature, often celebrated with bonfires, flower crowns, and communal feasts. Is there a Christian holiday like that is related to this? Wait, summer. Hold on, I just want to look. I don't remember. I was went raised Catholic and I literally went to religious school and now I can't remember what is happening. Christian summer holidays include significant feast days like Corpus Christi, the Transfiguration on August 6th, and the Assumption of Mary on August 15th. I've never heard of this. It is also a popular time for faith-based retreats, family camps, and adventure camps designed for young, often focus on combining leisure with spiritual growth and community. So summer camps are Christian holidays. Is that what I'm reading right now? Is that St. John the Baptist Midsummer Day? I have heard of that. On June 24th, a traditional feast day with origins honoring St. John, often celebrated with bonfires. Assumption of Yeah, I was raised Catholic and I've never heard of Assumption of Mary. Organizations like Sandy Cove Ministries provide all-inclusive family vacations focused on reconnecting and spiritual growth. Summer with the Saints, young adventure camps, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I've never heard of any of these. I didn't know these were a thing. Maybe people who are more religious than me and my family probably did this. I don't know. That is interesting though. Huh. The only holiday I know in summer is July 4th, unfortunately. So I think July 4th is an overrated holiday. I don't like 4th of July, unfortunately. It's like fine. Like I don't mind looking at the fireworks, but like it's hot. And I live in Arizona, so it's like unbearably hot and uncomfortable. You're in the pool all day, you're getting sunburnt. The food is hot dogs and hamburgers. And I neither of those are very ideal to me, you know? Like I don't know. And then like there's kids everywhere, and then like all the parents are drunk. All the parents are drunk. And then you go watch the fireworks at night. There's more kids there. I don't know. I don't like when I was younger I enjoyed 4th of July. Now that I'm older, I'm like, I don't wanna like I don't mind going to the lake or going to the pool, but like I like quiet. I like quiet, you know? And then also like when okay, 4th of July low key scares me because like so many people like are enjoying themselves, like hosting their parties, and they're not watching their kids in the pool, and the kids are gonna drown. You know what I mean? When is I feel like that is like the most common date. This is like a very um unladylike thing to talk about. Not unladylike. That's not the word I'm looking for. When like what like the verbiage I want to use to Google. It's like I'm assuming 4th of July is a day when like the most drownings happen. What day do the most drownings happen? More than 46% of fatal drownings and 50% of non-fatal drownings took place over weekends in June, July, August. Oh, just generally weekends. Okay. Well, yeah, that's when you go in a pool. For some reason I thought it was gonna be like the weekend of 4th of July has the most. Okay. Never mind. I don't really know what I was expecting with that Google. I guess I thought. Oh, according to Facebook group Virginia Department of Health, July 25th is World Drowning Prevention Day. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, watch your kids when they're swimming. Watch your kids when they're swimming, or like put a gate. Put a gate on your pool. Do that. But yeah, happy Easter. Yeah, I don't think everyone's done with Easter by now. Easter's over. It's Easter for me. Actually, it was funny. I was not complaining, but I was just like posting on my story. I was like, dang, I have no one to hang out with this weekend. Everyone went home for Easter with their families. And my friend messaged me. She's like, Gianna, go home. Go home for Easter. I was like, nah, I'm good. Because my mom and my brother both work at the restaurant, like in the restaurant industry, which by the way, by the way, everyone who goes to restaurants on holidays, you have kept my mom away from me. You have kept my mom at work away from spending the holidays with her children, and I hope you reflect on that. Do not go out on holidays to eat. Okay? Well, Mother's Day, Father's Day, sure. But like Christmas Eve, cook at home. Thanksgiving, cook at home. Easter, cook at home. Cook at home. I don't even like Easter that much. But like, isn't that the whole fucking point? Like for holidays, you're supposed to be with your family and like cooking at home, like homemade meals. Because people are so selfish. They'll like go out to eat and like keep other people from seeing their families. And then, oh, what's the worst? Is people who are like, because I had to work when I was working in the restaurant industry. I worked at a what is it? A brunch restaurant, and so Mother's Day was on a Sunday, so I had to work that morning. And do you know how many people said to me, "It was like Happy Mother's Day. Do something special with your mom today." Girl, I work from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. and my mom goes to work at 3. We are not doing anything for Mother's Day, and it's because of you. It's because of you. Actually, you're keeping me from my mom, and you're also keeping my mom from hanging out with me. I hate people like that. Literally cook at home. I do everything in my power to try to not go out to eat on holidays. Like, and I understand people on Thanksgiving, like they want to be surrounded by people, they want to go out to dinner if they're like by themselves, but I don't know. Maybe I just don't care that much. I really don't care about like being by myself for holidays. I mean, it depends on what it is. You know? I guess it depends on what is happening, you know? I'm trying to think of like a holiday I was like by myself for. I really like Halloween, and one year I could not celebrate Halloween. I was trapped. I could not celebrate Halloween, unfortunately. I'm trying to think of other holidays. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember now. But like I don't know. People are, especially like, not to generalize, but certain genres of Christian people like to go out on these holidays, and then I'm like, you are like, you defeat the purpose of your religion. Like, isn't that the whole point of the celebration, is to be with your family, be at home, make memories, you know? I don't know. I just, going out on holidays to me is a little, I don't know. I guess it's different because there are some restaurants that are open. Well, like, okay, there's the reason why places are open now on holidays is because like one or two restaurant chains probably decided to open up for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and Thanksgiving. And then they saw how much money they were making, and then everyone else decided to open up. I'm like, bro, you guys, like the regular person who has not worked in the restaurant industry being like going to these restaurants and encouraging this behavior of keeping restaurants open on holidays is like insane to me. I don't know. And okay, not everyone celebrates Easter. So maybe I shouldn't say Easter, but I don't know. I feel like those are holidays you should just spend at home. Like the best holidays, like the best memories of like holidays for me is like Easter, you wake up and you do your Easter egg hunt when you're a kid, and your mom makes you a little Easter basket with some chocolates, and then you do that in the morning, and then grandma or your mom, whoever, takes the eggs that you guys found because you hard boil. Like my grandma likes hard boiled eggs. I personally do not. But you know, you color your hard boiled eggs and then they hide them. And now you eat the hard boiled eggs, and then we made ham for Easter. And then you do like, you know, whatever Midwest casseroles and other like, or like scalloped potatoes. That's another Easter dish. And then you guys just hang out, play card games, or you just go back to your rooms. I don't know, it depends. But like, I don't know. I think people need to do like stay at home more. Maybe that's being so mean, but like things are so expensive nowadays. Just like fucking stay at home. Just stay at home now. I don't know. There was one year though that we were doing Easter egg hunts, and so my mom is always very fair with me and my brother, and you know we were doing our little Easter egg hunt, and she had two golden eggs hidden somewhere, and both of them had like $20 in them. I think we were like, what house we were living in? It had to have been like fifth or sixth grade. And for me, two golden eggs with $20 in them each. I found my golden egg with my $20, and my brother was like not crashing out, but he was struggling so hard to find the second golden egg. I knew my mom was giving him hints. I knew exactly where it was. She was like, "It's somewhere by the pool. It's not in the water, but it's by the pool." And you know, you have the little chlorine like floater thingy. As soon as she said that, I was like, "It's in the floater thingy." And so I was looking at it, and I was like, my mom and I were like talking with our eyes. I was like, and she's like, "Yeah, but let your brother find it." I was like, I know where it's at. Hey, I'm about to find it. If you snooze, you lose. Like, I don't know what his problem is, but he can't find it. But he did eventually find it, but I was like, dang, I could have had another $20. But my mom had to be fair. She had to let my brother win. Whatever. Lame. Also, my grandpa accidentally spoiled the Easter Bunny for us a lot. When I was a kid, I thought Santa was real. I genuinely thought Santa was real. Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy. Well, I was really into fairies, so I'm sure I thought the Tooth Fairy was real. But you know, as you get older, you find out it's like, it's not real. It's not real. But my brother was still young enough to think that the Easter Bunny was real and that like Santa was real. But there was one year my grandpa was like trying to like give us hints for the eggs, and we were looking through it, and then he was like, "Your mother would never hide it in that drawer." And then everyone looked and was like, "What was that?" My grandma, my mom yelled at him. They're like, "Don't say that shit. They don't know. Shut up." He got in trouble. After so many times of that happening, they're like, "You can't talk anymore. Don't talk. Keep your mouth shut. Go sit on the couch. Like you can't do that." But it was funny. That is funny to me. I don't know when I have kids if I want to like, because I'm not religious. My boyfriend is also not religious. But like, I feel like Christmas is a major holiday, and I feel like a lot of people who aren't religious celebrate Christmas. Easter, I don't know. I feel like it could be fun for kids, but also like explain to them why we celebrate Easter when we don't go to church and they don't know who Jesus is. I'm like, I don't know. Or I could just explain to them the pagan that my family would kill me. Actually, I can't say that. I was like, I could just explain to them the pagan thing and say there's a goddess of fertility for spring. She makes flowers. She makes flowers, and she has a bunny that gives eggs to the good little boys and girls and to celebrate spring. But I don't know if that would be like bad. Would that be like a bad way of explaining it? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I have to think about that. I'm not having kids for a long ass time, but I'm like, maybe I should start thinking about how I want to break the news to my kids, or like telling them that it's not real. Like, yeah, it's just mom and dad. We're just well, even now, my mom still like makes us like writes Christmas gifts from Santa, and I'm like, girl, I'm 20 years old. I know Santa's not real, but yeah, I keep seeing people talk about their okay. Some of these people making like parents specifically making Easter baskets for their kids, and they're putting like $300 worth of like trinkets and things in there. Like people are putting like new shoes, they're putting like facial things that are like it's expensive, like creams and serums. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now? What do you mean? What do you mean? Or people are doing like the snowball baskets. What the fuck are those called? What were they called? They weren't called that, were they? Snowball burr baskets or boo baskets. I've never done that. Is that like a recent thing? That's like a new thing, right? I've never done that. I don't know. Never done that. I don't really plan on doing that, to be honest with you. But that's just so expensive. Like I feel like that's such like a waste of money. Not a waste of money, that sounds bad, but like your kids don't need gifts on Halloween. They're getting candy. I don't know. I don't know. Unfortunately, I cannot understand. One time on Halloween, can't believe I'm going to tell this story. One time on Halloween, I wore all white because I was dressed as a little angel because I am an angel, obviously. And went to my friend's house, and we were doing some trick or treating. It was middle school. Okay, when do you guys think is an appropriate age to stop trick or treating? Because I went trick or treating for the last time when I was 16. I feel like once you get a car and you can drive around, I feel like that's kind of the cutoff. You know what I mean? Find a party to go to, you know? But, so whatever, 7th grade, we're trick or treating. I'm wearing all white, and suddenly I really have to pee. And I'm like, what are the, I asked my friend, I'm like, what are the chances that someone lets me in to go pee right now? Because we were like 4 or 5 blocks away from her house. And I was like, I am going to piss my pants. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm going to pee my pants. And I did. Unfortunately, I did in fact pee my pants. Again, wearing all white because I was dressed as an angel. That was a very humbling experience. Halloween was wrapped up after that one. She was also a lot skinnier than me, so like when we got back, we're like, oh, let's put on pajamas, right? Because I pissed myself. And we put on pajamas. Hers were really skin tight on me, really thin. She's a really skinny girl, and I was a thicker girl. And yeah, it was quite uncomfortable. 0 out of 10, do not recommend. Don't pee yourself on Halloween. That's one thing with kids is like they always need to pee. Like I was, what was I, 12? How old were you in 7th grade? 12-ish? Yeah, I think I was 12. Too old to probably be peeing yourself, but you know. There are times I have to pee at the worst times, and I feel so bad because my boyfriend does tease me about this because like it is annoying for me too. The second I like walk into my dorm room building, I'm like I'm going to pee myself. Like the second I know that I'm in the vicinity of a toilet, I'm like I need to pee. Or the second I go to sit down in my car, like okay, I have physical therapy in the mornings at like 7:30. So like I wake up to my morning routine. Sometimes I don't need to pee in the morning. You know, sometimes it hasn't hit me. And then I get into the car, I walk my little happy ass out to the parking garage, get in my car, start driving. Oh, it's time to pee. Right. Yes, of course. Couldn't have peed 20 minutes ago when I was in next to a bathroom? When I was next to the toilet? Right. Yes, of course. My bad. My bad, right. There was one time, this has happened to me too many times, where I really need to shit. Like, I really need to poop so bad. There was one time before my physical therapy a few weeks ago that I really needed to go to the bathroom. And it was bad. I don't know what I ate that fucked me up so bad that I pulled into the Fry's parking lot, ran in there, blew up their bathroom, and then left. I was like, that's all I needed. was that. And I felt so bad. Thankfully, there was no one in there. But that unfortunately has happened to me too many times where I like run into a grocery store real quick, like a Taco Bell, McDonald's, you go in and do your business. It happens. What can you say? There was one time though, I really needed to use the bathroom and I pulled up to a Chevron gas station. No bathrooms. Bathrooms out of order. Both of them. I was like, this is like half of your job as a gas station. Literally half of your job is to be a place for me to pee and fill up my gas. Like, I don't get it. Or like, and also get a snack. Like, what? Gas station with no bathrooms? Don't fucking play with me. Don't play with me. Guys, Buc-ee's is opening up in Arizona. There's a location in Arizona. Yay! I can't wait to go to Buc-ee's. It's kind of far, but when does Buc-ee's open? Maybe me and my brother can make a day about it. We're gonna go to watch the Backrooms movie and then go to Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's, Arizona. June 20. Oh, well, it's opening later than I thought. June 22nd in Goodyear. How far is that from my current location? Watch me dox myself. Where's the Buc-ee's? Oh, I'll have to look that up later because Google Maps wants to hate me. Wants to literally hate me. Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's? What the fuck? Okay, you know what? Whatever. I'll just go kill myself. That was a joke. Not being serious. Goodyear? Okay, that's not as far. I mean, that's still far. But that's not as far as I thought. You can't, like, they have the street address, but Google Maps is not taking me there. Whatever. Whatever. Okay. Well, I can't wait to go to Buc-ee's. I'm gonna spend so much money at that Buc-ee's. I'm so excited. Anyways, I think that's gonna wrap it up for today. I feel like I kind of just rambled this whole time. I've read you very many websites about apple cider vinegar and about Easter. So, hope you guys learned something from this episode at least. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it. See you guys next week. Sorry this episode wasn't as entertaining. Not a lot happened this past week. So this is me just kind of talking about whatever the fuck I wanted to. But yeah, I will see you guys next week. Happy Easter if you celebrate. And if you don't celebrate, well, I hope you had a good week. But all right. Bye guys.